The story begins high up in the sky, on a private plane. A group of American doctors were returning after providing medical treatment to kids in Africa. Everything was going smoothly, but suddenly the weather took a turn for the worse, and strong winds started shaking the plane violently. Everyone in the cabin got nervous. Then, one of the doctors got up and went to the pilot, asking, "What's going on? Why is the plane shaking so much?" The pilot calmly replied, "Don't worry, it's normal to feel these bumps at this altitude." But deep down, the doctors had already realized something was seriously wrong with the plane. Suddenly, a fierce gust of wind hit the plane. The jolt was so terrifying that the plane's right wing snapped off midair. As soon as the right wing broke, the plane lost all balance and control and started plummeting straight toward the ground at full speed. It crashed into the ground with such force that it broke into two pieces. A lady doctor died on the spot in the crash. The rest of the passengers, by some miracle, survived unharmed. But, friends, their real trouble was just about to begin. They were now stuck in a deserted desert where there wasn't a single sign of human life for 12,000 kilometers. On top of that, dangerous wild animals roamed around, ready to attack them anytime. As you know, surviving in a scorching desert without water is impossible. Even if they tried to walk to the nearest city, the blazing sun and thirst would have killed them halfway. So how would they survive? Would a rescue team come, or would this desert be their end?
You think this plane's gonna become a tomb? Let's find out in today's story. The doctors, furious, yell at the pilot. "Damn it, you knew the plane was faulty, so why the hell did you make us board it? Because of your carelessness, we're stuck in this nightmare." The pilot tries to calm everyone down and says, "Listen, now's not the time to argue. We need to get out of here. So shut the crap and let's move." Meanwhile, the senior doctor's wife is in pretty bad shape. The crash hit hard, and she's got serious injuries to her leg. There was blood pouring out. Dr. Ben says straight up, "I'm not leaving my wife in this condition, no way." He tells them to send rescue help once they reach the city. The pilot asks, "How many days will it take to get there? Do you even realize by then you'll either be lion food or die in agony?" But Dr. Ben doesn't listen to a word and tells them to leave anyway. The pilot has a gun for protection. Then a dark-skinned doctor comes up and says to the pilot, "Look, brother, give that gun to these two because they're the ones staying here." But from now on, the pilot firmly refuses and, keeping his gun with him, starts to leave alone. The other three doctors, out of necessity, follow the pilot, trudging on the scorching hot desert sand. After walking for quite some time, one doctor asks the pilot, "Hey, at least tell us, where exactly are we going? Do you know the way?"
"I saw on the map that about 10 kilometers west from here there's a village. If we can reach there, we'll find food and water," the pilot replies. "I fly planes on this route every week. I know this. They know the area. There's no village around here. If you want to stay alive, you just gotta keep moving." The three of them, out of sheer necessity, start following him again. As they walk, the four of them cover quite some ground. But even after walking so far, all they see around them is endless deserted desert stretching out in every direction. Exhausted, a doctor named Albert just flops down on the sand. The pilot hands him some water from his bottle and says, "Come on, man, sitting down like this won't help. There's supposed to be a river valley about 5 kilometers from here. If we keep moving, we can make it." They thought they'd reach there and find water. So they got up and started moving. The three of them followed him with new hope. But when they reached that spot about 5 kilometers away, there was no river. All they saw was barren sand burning under the scorching sun as far as the eye could see. Seeing this, the doctor snapped at the pilot because they were already starving and thirsty. After walking 5 kilometers, they still had nothing, no food, no water, and no hope left. The doctor suddenly lunged at the pilot, snatched his gun and pointed it right at him. The pilot calms down and says, "Getting mad at me won't help. Anyway, we're all going to die here without water, so just forget whatever happened. The best thing for us now is to head back to the wreckage of our plane. At least there, we'll find some shade and maybe hunt an animal to fill our stomachs." So what else could they do? With no other option, the poor guys slowly started making their way back to the plane. Meanwhile, we see Dr. Ben sitting by his injured wife, carefully taking care of her.
He was there. Suddenly, he heard a wild animal growling nearby. Actually, the hungry lions had caught the scent of blood flowing from Ben's wife's foot and had tracked them down, slowly creeping closer. Meanwhile, the 4 of them were moving forward when Jack flat out refused to get back on the plane with them and decided to take his own path alone. The other 3 made it back to the plane before nightfall, but Ben and his wife were nowhere to be seen, with a lot of blood spilled right beside them. This shocked everyone. There is suspicion of something fishy. Just as they go near the plane and start checking inside and out, suddenly someone attacks them from behind, and that attacker is none other than Dr. Ben. Angrily, he tells the pilot, "Because of you, I lost my wife today. If you had given me the gun, maybe I could have saved her." Ben is about to strangle the pilot to death when another doctor suddenly fires a flare gun from behind, separating the two. The blast pushes Ben back, saving the pilot's life. After a while, the pilot, the guy with the scars, says, "This means some dangerous animal must have come here and killed his wife. Now it's about to get dark, and they could come back for another attack. My plane has a locked cabin, but the problem is only 3 people can stay inside. That means one of us has to stay outside."
Hearing this, the guy immediately tells the pilot to stay outside because his wife got killed because of him. But the pilot firmly says, "This is my plane, so there's no way I'm staying outside." After that, all 4 of them decide to toss a coin. They decided who would stay outside by tossing a coin. In the end, everyone except Max won, so now he had to stay outside alone all night. The 3 of them warned Max to keep a fire going all night, so no animals would come near. As soon as night fell, the 3 went inside the plane cabin and locked the door from the inside. Outside, Max sat shivering in the cold, looking up at the sky. Meanwhile, we see Jack moving forward, wildly firing his gun like a madman. He thought the shooting would scare the animals away, but that turned out to be his biggest. He made a mistake and a fierce animal bit him hard. Meanwhile, after a while inside the cabin, the pilot really needs to pee. He steps outside to take care of it. Taking advantage of the moment, a venomous snake silently slithers into the cabin. Max is fast asleep, so he doesn't notice it. The pilot finishes up and comes back inside. Since Max is sleeping outside, no one adds wood to the fire, and the fire goes out. As soon as the fire dies down, the fierce animals attack Max.
They start hearing Max screaming outside. But hearing the roaring animals, the 3 scared guys stay quietly hidden inside the cabin. Meanwhile, the dark-skinned doctor musters up some courage, tries to open the door, and wants to go out to save Max. But the moment he sees the lion standing right there, he freaks out and shuts the door immediately. As he turns around, a poisonous snake hidden in the dark bites his leg. He quickly grabs and kills the snake, then cuts his leg with a knife to stop the venom from spreading. Anyway, friends, after that, the three of them sit inside the cabin, scared out of their wits, and somehow get through that terrifying night. As soon as morning comes, Ben is the first to step outside. Blood is everywhere, all around. He quietly sits down under a nearby dry tree. After a little while, the pilot comes over and says to Ben, "Listen, man, this isn't the time to be crying and sitting all sad. You know what a horrific thing happened last night. If we stay here even one more day, we're all gonna get killed. We need to get out of here as soon as possible." But Ben doesn't pay any attention. Actually, Ben was completely broken because his wife had left him and he didn't even want to survive anymore. A little while later, the pilot comes out of the cabin with the dark-skinned doctor. Ben's leg was almost paralyzed from a venomous snake bite and a knife cut, so he couldn't walk properly. As soon as they stepped outside, the pilot gave him a stick to help him walk. Meanwhile, Ben wasn't responding at all, so the two of them left him there and moved on. After walking some distance, suddenly the pilot noticed
A vehicle approaches them from a distance. As soon as they see it, a new hope of survival sparks in their hearts. Meanwhile, Ben, sitting far away, also starts to feel that maybe now they'll all make it home alive. But this happiness doesn't last long. Just moments later, as the vehicle gets closer, the three of them see that it's not a rescue team, but dangerous poachers, man-eating hunters with heavy rifles in their hands. The hunters take them hostage. Their leader asks, "What are you people doing here?" And around the plane's vicinity, near the elephant tusks, where were these ivory-filled boxes supposed to be delivered? The dark-skinned doctor ahead says in a trembling voice, "Our plane crashed right here, and about these teeth, I have no idea whose they are." As soon as he says this, the leader of the hunters angrily replies, "You don't know? These are our property. You sneaky guys steal elephant tusks from here and send them abroad. Now tell me, who are you and who do you work for?" Since no one was answering, the hunter cocked his gun, ready to shoot. He was about to fire when suddenly, from a distance, the pilot shouts loudly, "This is all my doing. These two have nothing to do with it. I'm the pilot sneaking elephant tusks out of Africa to foreign countries." The leader pulls out his gun. Just then, the dark-skinned doctor says, "After killing us, you won't survive either. The military's coming to rescue us. If they don't find us alive, we'll make sure you all suffer on this earth." But hearing this, a hunter standing nearby doesn't waste a second and shoots the doctor first. Bang! As soon as he arrives, the doctor writhes in pain and dies right there. Meanwhile, Ben and the pilot already realize there's no hope left for their escape. After that, their leader looks at the boxes filled with elephant tusks lying around and tells his men, "We'll need a big truck to carry all this ivory. I'll go get one. And yeah, if those guys try to run, shoot them on the spot." With that, he leaves. As soon as the leader is gone, his henchmen pour all their water onto the ground, leaving Ben and the pilot to suffer without a drop. After bothering them all evening, both hunters fall asleep. The pilot realizes this is the perfect chance to escape. Taking advantage of the moment, he slowly starts moving toward them to snatch a rifle. But just as he gets really close, one hunter's eyes snap open. Right away, he points his rifle at the pilot and pulls the trigger. But luckily, the gun's empty. Seizing the opportunity, the pilot immediately lunges at him. As they struggle, the other guy wakes up. He grabs his rifle and is about to shoot the pilot when Ben jumps in and stops him. In the struggle, a bunch of shots get fired. One bullet hits a hunter, and as the rifle swings around during the scuffle, another bullet takes down the second hunter too. But after killing both man-eaters, Ben was completely shattered inside. You see, friends, he was a doctor,
And this was the first time in his life that he'd taken someone's life. That thought alone made him start hating himself, wondering why it had to come to this.
How could he let that happen? The pilot explains, Bro, if you don't shoot them, they'll shoot us. Their leader will come back with a truck and seeing the bodies, he won't spare us, so we need to leave immediately. In the struggle, Ben got shot in the leg, making it impossible for him to walk. Then, the pilot supports Ben and tries to move forward. But after walking a little further, Ben collapses from hunger, thirst, and weakness. The pilot keeps encouraging him, saying, Just a few more steps, brother. I see a mountain ahead. I'll get you there, where no wild animal could easily reach. Then, I'll go looking for the village and come back with help for you. After encouraging him, Ben stands up again, and the two start heading toward the mountain. After a tough struggle, they both reach the edge of the mountain. But friends, the real challenge was just about to begin. Because of his injured leg and weak body, Ben couldn't climb the mountain at all. On top of that, the pilot tried every possible way to pull him up, but every attempt failed. Then, the pilot saw a pack of lions quickly coming towards them. With no other way out, he immediately climbed back down and using all his strength somehow dragged Ben up to the top of the mountain. As soon as they reached the peak, the pilot spotted a small village in the distance. Seeing it sparked a new hope for survival in his heart. So, he decided to get to that village and bring rescue help for Ben. But it wasn't going to be easy for him because a hungry pack of lions was roaming at the foot of the mountain. He's stuck. If he goes down, those lions will have him for dinner. But he can't just sit there forever. So the pilot, ignoring the danger to his life, decides to climb down and get help from the village. But Ben warns him not to, knowing the lions will tear him apart as soon as he steps down. Still, the pilot doesn't listen and bolts down the mountain toward the village. Halfway through, a pack of lions pounces on him and starts ripping him apart alive. Ben watches it all happen from above. He takes advantage of the moment and starts making his way towards the village through the back path of the mountain. But because of his injured leg and weakness, he can't go very far and collapses again in the same spot. Just then, two fierce leopards come charging at him to attack. Ben quickly grabs a dry stick lying nearby to defend himself. He's about to fight off both leopards with the stick when suddenly a powerful bolt of lightning strikes down right between them from the sky. The terrifying thunder scares the leopards and they run away. Just then, heavy rain starts pouring in the desert. Seeing the water, a faint smile appears on Ben's face, but he doesn't have the strength to move forward anymore. He's starting to feel like his death might be written on this barren land just like the others. But soon after, some villagers nearby spot him on the dune. They quickly rescue him and take him back to their village. And friends, that's where this survival story ends. So how did you like the story? Be sure to tell us in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Forget it.